stop slipping, and stop cutting your socks. We have 15 different color options between 3 grip socks and 2 sleeve types. Something for everybody at a price that just makes sense. Available now at puregripsocks.com.
I'm all for more colorways and more variety, but if the changes that you've made for the sake of cosmetics have an impact on the feel, the features, and therefore the general performance characteristics of the final product, that's something that you need to disclose to consumers. Because what Nike have introduced here, while you might actually like it more than a normal pair of Mercurials, it is a little bit misleading. Where if you are by chance interested in any of the cosmic speed variations of the new Mercurial, you might want to hear this. However, before we get into the boots, I do want to applaud Nike on what I think is one of their coolest string bags ever. It's completely translucent with kind of like a frosted finish. It has the Nike swoosh and Mercurial logo on the one side. All of the graphics you'll find on the boots and the box kind of embossed subtly on the surface with, of course, black strings. It gets a string bag rating of 9.7 out of 10.844. But that's enough about string bags. Here are the brand new Cosmic Speed Chapter 2 Mercurials, the follow-up to the original Cosmic Speed drop that came out a couple months ago and surprisingly sold out very, very quickly. Were just like that original pair, while in different base colors, these feature Nike's brand new and apparently very high-tech PVD finish on the surface, which gives both of these boots an extremely unique and very, very flashy chrome metallic borderline color changing finish that honestly doesn't look like anything we've ever seen before. However, that fancy finish does come at quite the premium, where normally a Vapor 16 Elite would retail for $260, the Cosmic Speed version retails for $300, where a normal Superfly 10 Elite would normally retail for $285, the Cosmic Speed version retails for $325, which for those doing the math at home is an extra $40 over what is an already expensive price tag for a top-end Mercurial. But that's nothing new from Nike. We're used to them charging us a premium for limited edition colorways. My main issue with the Cosmic Speed Mercurials is the fact that Nike's GripKnit material, which is one of the flagship features of this latest Mercurial generation that they've even printed on the side of the upper, isn't actually a feature because of this PVD finish. Where if you appreciate getting the truth on the latest football boots, don't forget to drop a like on the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already so you don't miss out on my reviews of all the latest football boots as we head into 2025. Where I guess I should clarify, it's definitely possible that there is a GripKnit upper underneath all of this chrome. However, the chrome finish on the surface does in fact cover up the normal stickiness of Nike's GripKnit material, where the difference in surface texture between this and this is truly night and day. Where it must be said, if you have tried this latest generation of Mercurials and you're not a fan of having the extra grip on offer from this new GripKnit upper, it's entirely possible that you're going to prefer the feel of these Cosmic Speed variations and that the surface texture isn't necessarily slippery. It has a little bit of a grittiness on the surface that, if anything, kind of reminds me of the Nike Skin top layer of the Mercurial Vapor 13 upper, which I think is a comparison that a lot of people are probably super happy to hear because, again, grip to the surface of the upper on a pair of Mercurials is very new to this latest generation. It's whether or not you agree with the fact that Nike is charging $40 more to effectively take away a feature. Where, yes, I get it, you are getting this super unique PVD chrome finish on the surface that gives the boot a very unique look, but the fact that they've written GripKnit on the upper when in fact these do not provide the grip on the surface like a normal colorway of Mercurial, again, I just think that's a little bit, if not a lot, misleading. And in fairness to Nike, texture variation on a top-end Mercurial isn't necessarily a new thing. Going back to the early days of the Mercurial Vapor, some colorways had a shiny finish, some had a matte finish. If we go to just the Vapor 8 and Vapor 9, for example, you had the peach fuzz finish, you had the smooth leather grain finish, you had the golf ball dimpling. There was lots of variation from colorway to colorway, but that was very clear just based on how the boots look. However, when you make one of the main features of the new Mercurial, the GripKnit material of the upper, and you list that on a football boot that in fact does not have that feature, that's something that again, I think is just a little bit deceptive. I just think it's a pretty big thing to glance over for the simple fact that these boots are going to feel and perform very differently from every other colorway of the current Mercurial, at least if you're talking about the top end elite models. And then as far as the fit and feel on feet is concerned, despite the extra PVD layer on the surface of the upper, there's really nothing about the way that these feel that differs from a normal Mercurial colorway. The big difference here is going to be that these just provide not no grip on the ball, but certainly less grip on the ball than the normal Mercurial colorways, where again, I think I would relate this to something like a Mercurial Vapor 13 with its kind of glossy finish on the surface of a Flyknit upper, which again, might be exactly your cup of tea. It's just a matter of whether or not you recognize that that's what you're buying into if you're interested in any of the Cosmic Speed variations. So if a current generation Mercurial with less grip is what you've been after, that's exactly what these have on offer. And I suppose in that scenario, they would be worth the extra $40, especially if you like the look of this super kind of shiny, very flashy PVD finish that I'm sure we're going to see a lot more from Nike in the coming months and possibly years. This, I'm sure, is not something that they're going to drop quickly because what they're putting out legitimately looks very unique compared to other colorways that we've seen in the past, something that so many brands are seemingly struggling to do, where the popular comment on the internet these days is they're running out of ideas. Leave it to Nike to put out something as unique looking as the Cosmic Speed Mercurials, of course, at the expense of their own GripKnit technology. On the topic of fit, these are of course Mercurials, so they're going to have that really tight wrap around your foot. I wouldn't necessarily go as far as to say that you need to have narrow feet to wear these. If you've worn Mercurials in the last several years and you found them comfortable, I see no reason why you wouldn't like the way that these fit as well. If you're a fan of that kind of tight, almost squeeze your foot sensation, these certainly have that on offer with laces tied tight, giving you that really locked in responsive sensation. I'm a huge fan of the zoom unit underfoot and the way that that feels. And generally, this feels like a top performer if you're looking for football boots that have that sensation of just being fast. Where if you did have really wide feet, obviously the Mercurial, or a lot of speed boots for that matter, probably wouldn't be the best option, but I think for the vast majority, they should work out quite well. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing these in my usual size 9.5 US, and the fit and the length is perfect. So if you are looking to get a pair for yourself, just like regular colorways of the Mercurial, whether it's the Vapor or the Superfly, I would strongly recommend going true to size.